Trump reveals policy goals, building that wall, and war on coal, repeal Obamacare, dismantle Dodd-Frank. On his transition website greatagain.gov, the Trump team has laid out the framework of his initial policies, with policies focused on American security, including as defense and national security, immigration reform and building that wall, and energy independence. 2. Getting America back to work again, including tax reform, regulatory reform, trade reform, education, transportation and infrastructure, and financial services reform. And 3. Government for the people, including healthcare reform, Obamacare, Veterans Administration reform and protecting Americans' constitutional rights. The key highlights include overhaul in immigration policies, including building that wall. The Trump transition team will execute on the following 10-point plan to restore integrity to our immigration system, protect our communities, and put America first. I. Build a wall on the southern border. 2. End catch and release. 3. Zero tolerance for criminal aliens. IV. Block funding for sanctuary cities. V. Cancel unconstitutional executive orders and enforce all immigration laws. 6. Suspend the issuance of visas to any place where adequate screening cannot occur. 7. Ensure that other countries take their people back when we order them deported. 8. Finally complete the biometric entry-exit visa tracking system. 9. Turn off the jobs and benefits magnet, promoting a strong, robust military force to defend against the threat posed to our nation and our allies by radical ideologies that direct and inspire terrorism. The administration will push for immediate and sustainable actions to counter the threats posed by radical ideologies. Will address the catastrophic threats posed by nuclear weapons and cyber attacks, and will ensure our strategic nuclear triad is modernized to ensure it continues to be an effective deterrent, and his administration will review and minimize our nation's infrastructure vulnerabilities to cyber threats. Dismantling and replacing of the Dodd-Frank Act financial sector law with pro-growth policies. This means that banks will be allowed to not only engage in prop trading again, but to invest directly in hedge funds. The Dodd-Frank economy does not work for working people. Bureaucratic red tape and Washington mandates are not the answer, says statement on Trump's official transition website. Changing the tax code. Policies since President Obama took office have been blocked in one way or another by Democratic opposition, the transition website says in section outlining tax reform/economic vision. It adds that a Trump administration tax plan can be summarized as lower, simpler, fairer, and pro-growth. As the website summarizes, a Trump administration tax plan can be summarized as lower, simpler, fairer, and pro-growth. Addressing the millions of American jobs that have been lost over the last decade because of trade deals that do not put Americans first. The administration will reverse decades of policies that have pushed jobs out of our country by making it more desirable for companies to stay, create jobs here, pay taxes here, and rebuild the economy. The new administration will make it more desirable for companies to stay, create jobs here, pay taxes here, and rebuild our economy. Our workers and the communities that support them will thrive again, as more and more companies compete to set up manufacturing in the U.S., to hire our young people and give them hope and a real shot at prosperity again. America will become, once more, a destination for jobs, production and innovation, and will once more show economic leadership in the world. Fixing education. Trump will advance policies to support learning and earning opportunities at the state and local levels for approximately 70 million school-age students, 20 million post-secondary students, and 150 million working adults. To achieve this, Trump will promote high-quality early childhood, magnet, STEAM or theme-based programs, expansion of choice through charters, vouchers, and teacher-driven learning models, and relief from U.S. Department of Education regulations that inhibit innovation. Restructuring U.S. energy policies including ending the war on coal, make full use of both renewable and traditional energy sources. America will unleash an energy revolution that will transform us into a net energy exporter, leading to the creation of millions of new jobs, while protecting the country's most valuable resources, our clean air, clean water, and natural habitats, the website says. The Trump administration is firmly committed to conserving our wonderful natural resources and beautiful natural habitats. The transition team also vows to open onshore and offshore leasing for federal land and waters for fossil fuel producers, streamline energy permitting, and war on coal. The site also pledges top-down review of all anti-coal regulations issued by the Obama administration. Repeal Obamacare. The Trump administration will work with Congress to repeal Affordable Care Act with replacement that returns a historic role in regulating health insurance to the states, according to transition plan released Thursday. Replacement would include promotion of health savings accounts and option to buy insurance across states' lines. The transition team also says it will act to protect innocent human life from conception to natural death, including the most defenseless and those Americans with disabilities, and modernize Medicare, so that it will be ready for the challenges with the coming retirement of the baby boom generation, and beyond. Protect Americans' constitutional rights. The Trump administration will veto legislation that exceeds congressional authority, take actions as chief executive and commander-in-chief that are consistent with his constitutional role, and nominate judges and Supreme Court justices who are committed to interpreting the Constitution and laws according to their original public meaning. Trump says he will defend Americans' fundamental rights to free speech, religious liberty, keeping and bearing arms, and all other rights guaranteed to them in the Bill of Rights and other constitutional provisions. He hopes to minimize the role of government, including the 10th Amendment guarantee that many areas of governance are left to the people and the states, and are not the role of the federal government to fulfill. The full breakdown can be found here.